Hey, Donald, thanks for coming in. We always like to give new employees a check-in during their first week, just to touch base, see what's working, what's not, where there's room for improvement, and so forth. This is going to be especially important for you since your current contract is for 4 years, but unsatisfactory performance could lead to your termination at any time. And if the rumors I've heard are true, some of your colleagues may not really want to wait until you've done anything to warrant termination, and your VP, Mr. Mike Pence, is seen by many as a much more appropriate fit for your current position. Now, I disagree. I think Mike has some even more severe character flaws than you do, and that's why we're here. I want to help you out. See, first of all, people don't like you. I mean, people really don't like you. No, it's true. Let's start with the fact that while you did win the presidency by successfully achieving the requisite electoral number, in terms of real votes, your opponent, Mrs. Clinton, outstripped your success by nearly 3 million. That's about the population of Mississippi, or the population of Wyoming, Vermont, Washington, D.C., Alaska, and North Dakota combined. The 3 million you lost by is roughly the population of the nation of Albania. So when I say people don't like you, it's a lot of people. And of course, the attendance of your inauguration was dwarfed, not just by the attendance of previous inaugurations, but also by the attendance of protest marches in D.C. that weekend. Protests, by the way, which were held in all 50 states, at least 32 sovereign nations, and all 7 continents. Even the scientists in Antarctica demonstrated against you. Now, of course, that's not really surprising. Obviously, scientists are going to protest you. You guys can't seem to agree on this global warming thing. Oh, and I see where you're going with this gag order shutting up the scientists from the EPA, National Park Service, and USDA. It's an interesting move, and silencing your enemies is a long and successful tradition among despotic leaders. But I'm getting off topic, and there'll be plenty of time for science talk and the similarities between you and certain foreign dictators, tyrants, and warlords in future sit-downs. So, back to the subject at hand. Clearly, the people do not like you. Some people do, obviously, but in general, I think it would be fair to say, with your approval rating hovering around those of George W. Bush a month after Hurricane Katrina, that you are not a well-loved figure. So the question is, what can be done about that? Well, there are those who would say that the only way you could make amends for all the offensive, inflammatory, and frankly inaccurate things you said during the campaign trail is to put on some cement boots and go jump into the Potomac. Or the Hudson if you're spending the week costing New York taxpayers millions of extra dollars for your security there. But I must again disagree, and again my reason is your friend Mike's terrifying personality, his horrendous civil rights record, and the fact that he constantly looks like he's about to declare martial law run by thought police. No, I think your death would leave us in an even tougher spot than we are now. But what can you do then? How is a man who has spent hours of airtime and novels of tweets lashing out at his critics, opponents, and detractors like a petulant child supposed to win the hearts of the people? First of all, remember, every president is subjected to scrutiny, rumor-mongering, and good old-fashioned name-calling. So people think you're Putin's puppet and only achieved your current position because of Russian influence. So what? Remember when some angry, spoiled, Oompa-Loompa asshat tried to convince people that your predecessor was a Kenyan Muslim working for/founding member of ISIS? And he turned out fine. So, get past that. Why are those people so angry at you? Lucky for you, I have a simple 3-step plan that will help you figure out not just why they're angry, but also what you can do about it. Step 1, shut up. As President of the United States, you represent these people, so it might be good to hear what they're saying to you. Meet with a few of them, or at least shut up long enough to listen to their criticism before you go on a whiny Twitter rampage that just costs you more credibility. Step 2, grow up. Respond like an adult. Use words like please, thank you, and I'm sorry. Step 3, show up. The campaign's over, buddy. You got the job. Now you have to do it. You have to figure out how to be president for the millions of Americans who right now hate you because you're planning to take their health care away, for the tens of millions of women who heard you brag about sexual assault, for the first and second generation immigrant Americans who believed you when you said you wanted to deport them all. That is your job. You work for them. You work for us. It's really going to suck. Good luck.